The Giants came out in this game. They played probably the best game that they've played all year, maybe even the best game they've played over the past 2 years. It was a really weird game defensively and the way we ended up scoring and everything like that, but we won in the end of the day. And who was expecting this? I mean, really, the Colts needed to make the playoffs. And you would look at the schedule and say, oh, this is a game that we're going to win. We expect to win this game. We don't even think it's going to be a trap game because the Giants are the worst team in the league. But no, they couldn't figure it out against us this week. And the Giants took advantage of the opportunity and pounced on them, dropping 45 points total. There was a kick return in there. I just can't believe that this has happened. For those of you who are unaware, this had playoff implications for the Colts. But on the other end, the Giants currently held the number 1 overall pick. But due to their strength of schedule, which was more difficult than the next 5 or 6 teams that had one more win than they did, if they tied them, then they're going to drop from 1 all the way down to somewhere between 4 and 6. Because the Giants won, they moved down from 1 to 3. And then once the Browns lost their game, they had an easier strength of schedule, so they jumped ahead of us now. The Giants are at 4. So, if you weren't aware of what the fuss is about, that's what it's about. I mean, as a fan, it's sort of like a huge slap in the face, right? Because you see this team put out a product every week. We started off so 2-3 with a little glimmer of hope each week, something to latch onto, and then everything fell apart for the whole rest of the season. And we just kept saying all the way up through until the Carolina game that this is going to be the week that we're going to turn it around. This is going to be the week that we got all of our pieces that we need and we don't have any excuses and we've made all the adjustments. And week after week after week, this team put out an embarrassing performance. At some point, you hit a threshold of losses that you just kind of have to accept your reality. And you don't openly do it, but you figure it's better off to tank. Even if you're going to argue that it's not a good thing to tank, but we know it happens somehow, some way. If I were to justify any team to tank, it would be the one team that has sole possession of the number 1 overall pick. They aren't tied with anyone, which the Giants weren't. I'm not saying that to throw the game, I guess you can't be upset with a win, but it just makes you wonder as a fan. As soon as you have something nice, the number 1 overall pick, as soon as you have something to look forward to, the Giants just have to take it away. This was the week that you had to decide to finally put it together. I mean, come on. Like, why does this have to happen this week? It's just so frustrating. Couldn't write a funnier joke than for the Giants to have this pitiful season, become the worst team in football for 1 week, week 17, and then you'll lose the draft pick. It's unbelievable.